This conference will now be recorded.
So in previous session, we understood there are 4 different kind of report format, and let's focus what is tabular report format and how we can use and what are the different abilities or limitations of the tabular report format. So when you say tabular report format, what does it mean? Okay, so tabular report format is nothing but the default report format, and it's the complete very simple to use. Okay, so when you create a new report, let me go here again. If I'm in the report tab, I don't want to save this, I'll create a new report completely. When I click on the new report, see, when you create a report, you can create either from classic or lightning, both the ways. Okay, so when you create a report, the first page what you see, okay, it's by default the report what we have, it is in the form of uh, tabular report. Okay, so tabular report nothing but whenever you want the report to present in the form of row and column, simply you can use tabular report. Okay, so this is the simplest and default report format when you create a new report, and it present data in like how the data you have in the Excel sheet or spreadsheet. In the same way, you can see the data here. It looks like a Excel sheet for me. Okay, so what else we can have? We present in the row and column format. See, my data are in the row or column format. So like which column I want, like now I'm displaying account owner, account name, my billing state, type, rating, like this. What column I want, I can add here. And for what are the record or what are the data I want to show, that also you can control. So my tabular report nothing but a report in a row and column format. So each row present one record here, and each column present my object field. Okay, see, each row present one record, and each column present one field, one object field. Okay, so the column what we have, see, if you click on this column, we have something called bucket this column. Okay, we can do bucketing. I'll discuss what is bucketing. It's nothing but a grouping of informations together. Like for example, if I say bucketing example, I'll do the one hands-on completely, but to make you understand what is the bucket field, let's consider if, for example, if you take India as a country, okay, and I have multiple states there. Okay, so I want to bucket the states in different group, like the states in the east side, state in the west side, state in the north side, and state in the south side. So I can bucket multiple states with one value. So that kind of bucketing we can do. I'll show you that. So when you create a tabular report, you present the data in the row and column format, and the column also can be bucketed, or you can add any custom summary formula also. In the sense, if you see, if you want to add sum of anything, okay, that kind of thing you can do. Let's say, for example, if you see, I'm going to add number of annual revenue, for example, one column I want to add, not group, I want to add a number of locations, for example. Okay, so one column I added number of locations in this report. Okay, so now you can see I can summarize this. Okay, I can do sum, average, max, mean. So that kind of summarize also we can do in the tabular report. So the column you can do bucketing, column you can do summarizing. Okay, you can do sorting in the column, like you want to sort ascending, descending. Okay, summarizing, bucket, and you can make some unique count also. And if you want, okay, this column to come left and right, that you can use this, move left, move right, whatever you want you can do. Okay, I'll make familiar with this page what we're doing. To understand the tabular report, the data or the report what you want, it's in the row and column format. Okay, like how you have in the Excel sheet or spreadsheet. And the column what we have is nothing but my object field, and that field you can do bucketing and summarizing, and each columns you can do settings. And if you see in the object, I have many fields. So what are the fields available here? It depends on which report type we used. As I said, everything depends on the report type. So for this object, what are the fields I want to take for this report, we can control with report type. I'll show you that. Okay, so now So availability of field for a report completely depend on the report type what we're using. Okay. So what are the abilities we understood here? Like you can sort in the tabular report, you can sort the column in ascending, descending. Okay. You can add the filters. You can see here I have something called filter options. I can add filter here. I can add a bucket field, which I explained this concept, how I'm going to do bucketing. If you go to any column, then I can have an option to bucket this column. Okay, we can do that bucketing. I'll show you everything. Just theoretically, I'm explaining what kind of capabilities we have when we go for tabular report. Okay, if I want to take a record count, that we can do. Okay, so for example, uh, like here, how you do summarize, everything we can do. Okay, so now let's see, once you create report, if you want to export that report to Excel sheet, that we can do, and somebody can subscribe the report. I'll show you how we are doing export and subscribe also. Okay, and what kind of thing we cannot do in the tabular report. So if you want to add a graphical representations, like you want to add a chart, like a horizontal chart or vertical chart, that chart you cannot add here. You can see the add chart option is disabled here completely. So this is one limitations we can see in the tabular report. Okay, we cannot do grouping. If there is a grouping you have on your report, then that report is not a tabular report. Okay, if you group the data based on the row or column, that not a tabular report. That can be a summary report or can be a matrix report, not a tabular report. Okay, you cannot add any chart like I have shown you here. You cannot use tabular report for a dashboard. If you have a dashboard, you want to take any tabular report as a data source to dashboard, that you cannot do. When you can do, if you have row limit filter configured for the report, then that report you can use as a dashboard. But simple tabular report cannot be used as a data source to my dashboard. Okay, and the report builder, when you do maximum 50 records, it will show, and like in the preview, report builder preview shows maximum of 50 rows like this. You may have more record, but in preview you can see 50 records, and it will display maximum of 2000 row. And if you want, let's say I took a report, and in that report I may get data of around 20,000 accounts, for example. But now when you run this report, it will not display all details. It will display only the 2000 record at a time. And if you want to get all report, then you can export it to the Excel sheet or CSV. So where you can see all the details. Okay, so in a summary, tabular report nothing but it's a row column format which cannot be used as a data source to my dashboard. Okay, you can do bucketing, you can do summarizing of the column, you can do sorting of the columns, everything, but you cannot add any chart, you cannot do any grouping. Okay, so we'll see one hands-on how I'm going to create a tabular report, and what we can do on that. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next session to do a hands-on on my tabular report. Thank you.